What's up, YouTube? It's update time. I know my background looks a little different here. We've moved my desk over for streaming and for other projects. And today we've got a lot to talk about, a little bit of everything going on. So I guess the first and the biggest thing to talk about is the Vital Pet Kickstarter. If you guys haven't had a chance to back it, because we did sell out in about 3 days, we've worked out some of the numbers and the logistics, and we've decided to go ahead and do a stretch goal for December. So if you guys haven't had a chance to pre-order your own Vital Pet, now's your chance to do so. We've got 50 regular editions and 50 Founders editions, which has the fun little Pulse icon logo thing over here, as well as my pocket dim case and an exclusive background. All of those are going to be available now. I'm not making any more of those, so once they're gone, they're gone. Everything here is also going to be for December, using the new standard prices for everything, which is going to be $50 for a standard kit and then $65 for a Founders kit. So that's there. If you haven't had a chance, go ahead and jump on that now. And yeah, as far as what's actually going on with the Vital Pet, some of you guys have been able to catch me on stream. I've been streaming a lot lately. It's been very fun, and that's also why you see all of this in the background, because on stream we do a lot. I experiment with different materials. I do editing in CAD and also just various things on the internet here. But also, we've been doing a lot of resin experiments. So if you look over here, I can switch my camera now, and you can see my 3D printers, and then you can see my new resin printer and all this other stuff going on in the background. And then I can switch back here whenever it's more convenient. But yeah, as far as the actual Vital Pet goes, it's almost entirely finished now. There's a couple of things that we want to adjust. This is a shell that I'm currently working on, and you're familiar with it, but we're using a hard photopolymer resin because injection molding actually didn't really work in the way I wanted it to. I ran multiple simulations. I spoke to various engineers and colleagues from my past, as well as current vets who are in the industry, and it just seemed like the benchtop DIY maker kind of injection molding machines that I would be looking at are not quite suitable for my design. If you're more interested in this, I actually have an update blog article thing that I wrote in the Kickstarter. I'm actually really proud of it, but it goes into all of the technical details as to why these things may or may not work for this particular project. And ultimately, we've decided with a robust photopolymer resin here that you can see that I can throw it, I can do whatever with it. It still holds up really well. It's very impact resistant. As you can see here, it's impact resistant, it's scratch resistant. It can be dyed into various colors, like the black that you saw here, and then the mint, or an experimental purplish color here, or blue, and there's a bunch of other things. In fact, if you look behind me, you'll notice that I've got a whole messy station here of various pigments and dye, and we've been experimenting with that on stream as well. I'm very thankful for the people who show up to my Twitch chat. Not only do you guys keep me sane, but you offer invaluable feedback and insights and even suggestions for this whole project, and this whole thing and everything that I have going on here literally cannot be done if it weren't for you all. So seriously, thank you. Again, I don't know. I say thank you way too much, and I'm incredibly grateful for everything, but even just offering small bits of feedback that really bring designs like this to life has been crazy. It's been insanity. So for everyone that shows up on stream for like the 5th millionth time, thank you guys. As far as some of the other updates go with the Vital Watches and the Kizu Pets, Vital Watches are still being sold. I put out another wave. It sold out in 45 minutes. For the people who have been asking what's going on with them, where can I get one? I do put them out still. It just, you've got to act fast, and you've got to be on my Twitter and pay attention, because I notify everyone at, like, preferably a day in advance, and then I usually tell you guys, a couple minutes before I drop everything, and it just, yeah, it's been crazy. I am going to be explaining something here in a moment that will hopefully keep people more informed in what I feel is a better way. But first I want to talk about the Kizu Pets. The first wave has been out, it's done, and for most of my customers it looks like we've had pretty good success, but even so, there have been certain things that I'm not quite happy with how the first pilot run went, and I'm going to be shelving the Kizu Pets just for the time being because I want to go back and revisit them, and I want to redo how I look at the tolerances and how I handle the assembly process. And ultimately, I just want to make it a more like strong and rigid and robust product because there have been some things that I feel aren't up to my quality standards after mass producing them. Which, by the way, those were the worst things to mass produce. There was so much glue and so much like patience and little pieces and print failures. It was not fun. So I definitely want to go back and redo those before I look at selling them again. And that'll probably be around like 2022 because, again, we've got Vital Pet stuff to worry about. And then on that note, another announcement that I want to make is for the time being, I'm actually going to end all international shipping. So if you guys are not domestic in the United States, unfortunately, I am going to stop shipping because I'm also planning my own website to do international shipping. So don't panic. You're still going to get all your stuff even if you don't live in the United States. But let me explain real quick. So, as you all know, I use Etsy for all of my orders and shipping and everything like that. And Etsy's international shipping has been a royal pain. I've stated this before in previous videos, and it's just not a pleasant platform for either the buyer or the seller. Because as the buyer, your tracking info is hidden. I don't know why, but for most standard international shipping items, it's hidden and they turn your tracking info into the customs ID, which you have to take that customs ID and use the third-party program like AfterShip, no affiliation, with to find where the heck your product is. And it's very unintuitive for the buyer. As the seller, you also don't have access to this information, and you have to go through this weird, arduous process to find it. Also, the buyer actually does have, I misspoke. The buyer does have tracking info, but it's in a weird spot. It's in like your purchases and not your order history. Those are two separate things. And it's just, either way, it's unintuitive. And people often ask, what's going on in my order? Why is this taking so long? Where can I find out what's going on? And the only other expedited shipping services they offer are not beneficial to either party as well. I have paid a lot out of my own pocket and just kind of swallowed it and not told customers that I've just paid for expedited shipping for them. And I've just sent this out losing, like, I've paid like $100 and something for like one person's package to get shipped because of small mistakes and not wanting to have to deal with Etsy and their whole process with shipping. It's just not been a good time. So I'm switching platforms. I'm still going to keep my Etsy shop, but I'm going to keep it only for domestic customers. And for international customers, we're going to have my own website here very shortly. It's also going to be a place for you guys to sign up for my newsletters. So if you guys are curious about when the new wave of Vital Watches are going to be out, or what's going on with Kizu Pets, or blog posts, or videos, or installation things, I want to have everything in one central location for people to just go to and see what the heck is going on and to order things, to have useful resources and FAQs and all these other things that people have been asking. I just want to have in one neat spot because it just makes more sense that way. Also, when using another platform like Shopify, for instance, I have better control over international shipping, and hopefully things like tracking are going to be easier to manage moving forward. So for all my international customers, to prevent that kind of headache, I'm going to have us move over to that platform where I, A, have more experience in, and B, I think it's just an overall better platform for e-commerce now that this whole operation has gotten a little bit bigger than where we originally started. Also, moving forward, because of the rise in costs and things like the Vital Pets and me using like resin and everything, all of my prices are soon going to increase. At some point, I'm going to try to convert most of, if not all of my projects over to photopolymer resins because they hold up just a lot better than FDM prints do. Certain things may still be FDM, and I may just keep an FDM version of everything, but the resin versions are more heat resistant. They're better. They have better tolerances. They look a lot nicer because the layer lines are almost non-existent, if not entirely non-existent. They're impact resistant. They have more color availability because I can dye them or whatever I want. They're just an overall better product, but they're more expensive to manufacture. So at some point, we will be moving over to that. I'd be curious to see if you guys have any interest in still keeping the FDM versions of things once I get everything moved over, because I do want to have like a full plastic like an SLA version of the Vital Watch, because I think that'd be really cool. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that, because I think it'd be really interesting. And yeah, hopefully when all of this gets ironed out, it'll answer a lot of everyone's questions and concerns, and it'll be less of a headache for the customer to operate as well as myself. That's the plan. That's the goal. Yeah, as far as schedules go, just real quick so I can get this out of here. We're currently working on Kizu Pets. That's Kizu Pets? Wow. Vital Pets. That's going to be my top priority for the time being for the remainder of the month. Starting next month as well, we're going to begin full on production for the Vital Pets and then the upgrade memory. And the upgrade memory kind of deserves its own video, so I'm not really going to talk about it right now because it's a whole other thing. And yes, it is still included with every single Vital Pet, no matter what edition and what version. So it's there, but just the specifics of that particular thing deserve its own. It's just its own segment. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or if there's anything you want to see on my future website, I'm thinking, again, installation videos, product purchases, blog posts, update videos, newsletter, you know, the typical things that you would see on a website. Let me know what you guys think about that. And with all that being said, I think I got it all out. Thank you guys for putting up with me. Thank you guys for supporting us and allowing us to have this kind of operation, and for thinking that the Vital Pet is a really cool idea, and for just being with us during this whole journey. It's genuinely been like a dream come true, even though it doesn't seem that big of a deal. For us, it's massive. And yeah, I'm probably going to be streaming today, so if you guys are watching this video, just, you know, if you want to come in and say hi and talk a little bit of mess with me, I'll be on Twitch at VeekXP, and yeah, that's it. I always drag this on. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.